All, welcome to Examshala. In this video, we are going to see some important news and articles of 12th of March 2021. But before getting started, kindly do like, share, subscribe our channel on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Telegram. Now let's get started. The first article, as we discussed earlier, पहले भी कल भी जो हमने डिस्कस किया था, that the FDI rule 49% से 74% इंश्योरेंस सेक्टर में the finance minister is allowed for the foreign direct investment. And I told you yesterday that we are going to get some more explained series columns on these news. So yes, it has been published. So we'll see what has been published. So basically this is the article saying और अपलॉडिंग, गवर्नमेंट के डिसीजन को अपलॉड कर रहा है और उसे बता रहा है कि कितना ज़रूरी है, क्योंकि इंडियन सेक्टर में या इंडियन मार्केट में, इंडियन इकोनॉमी में इंश्योरेंस सेक्टर, द पेनिट्रेशन ऑफ इंश्योरेंस, यानी कि इंश्योरेंस जो है वो कितने लोगों तक पहुंचा है वो बहुत ही कम है इन कंपैरिजन टू बाकी कंट्रीज से, एंड दैट विल सी. So the insurance penetration in India is very less. That is, per person, the insurance, that is number of persons taking insurance out of the total person in India is very less, and that is called insurance penetration. Penetration means कितने अंदर तक है. So among the Indian population or the population of India, the insurance or the persons or the citizens of India that are being insured are very less, and we'll see how the data shows that there are 24 life insurance companies and 34 non-life insurance companies. So comparatively 58 companies in total, but the premium, that is the amount has been stalled for the insurance, and insurance खरीदने के लिए जो पैसे हमें चुकाने पड़ते हैं उसका टोटल अगर आप जीडीपी का परसेंटेज निकालेंगे, इफ़ यू take out the percentage of total premium in a country to the GDP, so that is very very less, only 3.76%. That too, it is in 2020 and 21. Initially at 2001 it was only 2.7. Now this shows that the amount of insurance penetration, यानी कि Indian citizens are having very very less insured, and even they are insured, the premium or the amount they are paying is less, and that is why the return of these insurance are also less, and we needed to more and more, and we needed to more insurance inclusion, just like the banking inclusion after the Pradhan Mantri banking yojana. What was that the number of people having bank accounts were very less before 2014, and after that it increases rapidly, and that was called financial inclusion. So in order to repeat that, उसी को repeat करने के लिए we need a financial insurance inclusion scheme. That is, every person in India should be insured in some kind of health insurance, life insurance, third party motor vehicle insurance, security insurance, service insurance, just like that. So the author has been giving the data, and it's comparing with the other Asian countries like Singapore, China, Japan, Malaysia, in comparison to even the small economic countries or growing developing countries in Asia, Southeast Asia, ASEAN. We are very very less in comparison to our insurance penetration, and that is, this need is welcome, this move is very much welcome, and we need to further ease. Okay, we have allowed 74% of investments in these foreign companies, in this insurance company by the foreign parties, but what we need, हमें क्या करने की ज़रूरत है कि we need to ease further more, so that these the foreign companies can really get benefit of this opening the market, and we will have a better insurance. And as I stated yesterday, that when we will giving more premiums to this insurance company, this company will be having more capital, and what will they do? They will invest such capitals in the economy or infrastructure of that particular country, and due to this the MSMEs or the manufacturing sectors or the corporate sectors will get money, and the economy will start running. So it is a win-win situation for both of the countries. That is, we are allowing 74% of the insurance FDI in the insurance sector, and that is going to indirectly lead to or growth of our economy. This was the whole summary of that particular article. Now let's move on to the next topic. Now this is very important classic example of artificial intelligence failure. Now as we see, the world is moving towards artificial intelligence, big data analysis, search engine optimization, etc. and etc. We are moving more towards technology, ease of doing business, Internet of Things. But where is human interaction is needed, why human interaction or why human surveillance is needed, that can be seen from this particular example. What happened, there are certain filters in YouTube or Twitter टू ब्लॉक सर्टन काइंड्स ऑफ वर्ड. ओके, कुछ तरह के किसी तरह के वर्ड्स को ब्लॉक करने के लिए, तो उसके कंटेंट को, अगर वो कोई गलत कंटेंट है या इट इज़ अ वायलेंट कंटेंट, इट इज़ गोइंग टू स्प्रेड वायलेंस अमंग द पीपल, डिवीजन इन द सोसाइटी, समथिंग एल्स, pornographic contents. So there has been a designed algorithm which works on the artificial intelligence to detect such words and stop these videos, flag these videos, so these videos can be, or these tweets can be, this message can be automatically deleted. But what happened is, there was a chess game going on, and in chess game, you know that there are two kinds of sides. One side is having a black pawns, members, army, another side is a white army. Now during the commentary of this chess match, the commentator used black versus white, black are going to win, black are weak. So this artificial intelligence understood it as a racial divide. Are you getting a point? This particular match or the chess match was understood as a racial fight between white and black people, and this algorithm proved it, flagged this video and removed this video out of the YouTube. And that is what we need, that we can write this example in a very classic use of examples of science and technology, that technology can only assist human beings, it can never and it will never alternate, it can never be provided as an alternative to human assistance, human supervision. So technology can be kind of an assistance, can be helpful, it cannot replace the human surveillance and the human intervention. So this is a classic example when we are writing some papers in ethics or in essay or even in science and technology. You can use such introductions, that is those artificial intelligence or engine optimization or the blockchain technologies or the data algorithm, they are useful or they can be used only to assist rather to augment the human capacity. They cannot replace the human surveillance, human smartness, and that is why we need to develop humans as well. In order to develop the intelligence system, artificial intelligence, we also need to develop the manly influence, the manly intelligence, and the combination of these two will work. We cannot completely rely on this kind of intelligence. Now very important scheme is going to come around, that is PM's launch of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. We know that we are going to complete 75 years of our independence on 2022, and for that the Prime Minister has contributed a 260 member committee in which he is the chairman and other are the vice presidents, ex-presidents, ministers, sportspersons, actors, actresses, legal luminaries, some Bharat Ratna winners, media persons, etc. So based on this, the process has been started, and this has been started from now. Now today's date, that is 12th of March, is very important in the Indian history, especially in the modern history. That is, today the Dandi March started as a part of non-cooperation movement. Okay, so as a part of civil disobedience movement in 12th of March 1930, and it was basically against the salt law. So, and this movement started from 12th of March to 6th of April. And that is why, in order to commemorate the 75th year of our independence that is going to come in 2022, what we are doing is we are reliving the whole past movement. And one more point is also important, that this year is also 91st anniversary of particular Dandi movements. So there are 2 points. First is we are going to complete 75th year of independence. Second, this year is the 91st year of the Dandi movement, and PM Modi is now in Sabarmati Ashram and he has flagged a movement, a rally. It will go through all the paths that were covered in Dandi movement, from Sabarmati to Dandi. And where is Dandi? To Dandi is at Navsari. So 3-4 points are important for this point of view, that is all related to Gujarat points. The movement started from Sabarmati, it went till Dandi. Dandi is at Navsari district. This movement ended at 6th of April and started at 12th of March. Also, it is the 91st anniversary of Dandi movement, and we are going to celebrate 75th anniversary of independence at 2022. Okay, now let's move on to the next topic. The next topic is slowly it does. Now recently we might have seen in various of the public protest or violent protest movement or the protest like some Kisan rallies or local rallies, what the government is trying to do is, in order to stop the violence or the fake messages, fake propaganda, fake news, the internet has been shut down in many areas. Now the author here is giving some alternative. What happens when the government is shutting down the internet? There is of course a stop in the spread of the regress message, violence message, and there is a kind of a control because communication not there, but it also hampers some other people like other businesses, software services, educational services. So in order to stop this, what the author is suggesting to use the Russian model. The Russian model is Roskomnadzor, and this agency, that is a media regulator agency, this has provided a new way. The new way is not to stop the internet but to less the speed. And when the speed will be less, the rate of transmission will be less, and that is the activist, the so-called activist or the propagandist will find it very much difficult to write and content and upload those videos and photographs and etc. And mostly it has been seen in a research that videos and especially edited photographs excite more and more violence rather than just words. So it is commendable or kind of, and it is appreciable for the government to slow down the internet rather than completely banning it. So this has been provided by the author to use the Russian model, that is Roskomnadzor. So important point for news is, what is Roskomnadzor? So it is nothing but a media regulator agency of Russia. Now another important news is coming out. You might have been hearing the same case of Prince Harry and Meghan interview since last 2-3 days. Okay, what she has been talking about, that she has been discredited or she has been partialized because of her color, her black color. Queen discriminated her on the basis of her race, color, and she was in worry that how their children are going to look like. So this has come in an interview at Oprah Winfrey and Prince Williams and her wife Meghan Markle. So based on this, there has been some historical points, a point of debate, that is one of the queens, earlier queens, and her name was Ellen Ramsey. She was also a black, that is Negrito. Negrito means people of African origin who are black in color with thick noses and nostrils and thick lips. So if they are discriminating Meghan Markle on the color of, or the on the basis of their color and race, so the historians, some of the historians are pointing that one of your queen was also a Negrito. Then how can you discriminate? But some other historians are commenting that no, there is no such evidence like this. So there has been a debate, but what we need to learn from them is the so-called Western countries which prove or which thump their chest in the name of secularism, democracy, pluralism, like-mindedness, equal society. Okay, many times many organizations of such countries rate other countries in democracy, freedom of press index, happiness index, equality index, okay, in secular intolerant index. So when it comes to these countries are the same. These are racist, these are ideologist, these are fundamentalists as well. Okay, so they preach the lesson to other countries to not to be racist, not to be fundamentalist, not to be anti-secular, that is divide on the lines of religion, but they are doing the same. Thousands of historians came in support of the queen to say no, that queen was not of black color, she was white. That is what the kind of racial character is coming out of it. Even the highest power in the society, that is the queen, is discriminating on the basis of color and race, and this shows that racism is a Western concept, it is not an Indian concept, neither an Asian concept. So these Western countries should stop preaching other Asian countries in matters of democracy, pluralism, secularism, equality of society, oneness, unity, etc. etc. Okay, the same thing we have seen in white supremacy in United States, and same thing we have been seeing in these kind of anti-racial or racial activities by the Queen and the monarchy in the upper layer of the UK government. So this is what we have to learn, that in spite of being at the top place, right at the top leadership place, having good education, good life, good social circle, the kind of religious or racial disharmony is deeply penetrated in kind of the Western world, which prove themselves to be good and liberal, but actually they are not. Two important news from our two Western and Eastern neighbors. The Western neighbor, that is Mr. Imran Khan, is saying that if you want to be more peace, that is, we recently have signed a peace truce agreement along the LOC. You might knowing that we will have no firing among TUC on the LOC line of actual control, and he is saying in order to expand such agreement, what we need to do is we need to start talking on Kashmir, and you give them a complete statehood. As we know, on 5th of August 2019, Kashmir has become into UT and was bifurcated into Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. Both were made UT. So what he is saying, that if you want to get peace, if you want to get a resolution from India-Pakistan bilateral relation, first start with giving a statehood to Kashmir. This is his point. So first start giving a statehood to Kashmir. And the Western news is the Chinese parliament has passed a 14-year finance plan, that is our 12th year plans, 5-year plans. So based on our 5-year plans, they too have a 5-year plan, and based on this, their 14th 5-year plan has proposed to make a dam. But where? So in the Medong County. Where is the Medong County? Medong County is on Tibet, and to build a dam over which river? Brahmaputra. So point for importance, or for our claims point of view, important points are 3 points. First is where they are going to build a dam? Medong. Where is Medong? Tibet. And on which river? Brahmaputra. Okay, now let's move on to the next topic. Saurashtra farmer is having experimented with the black wheat. Okay, black wheat. So point of importance is where has been black wheat grown? So it is in Gujarat. In Gujarat is where? Rajkot. Now what is so important about black wheat is, since it has multiple stems, it needs less seeds to grow. Ideally what happens, in order to get farming into 20 bighas, they needed 20 kg of seeds. But in this case, since it's having a much number of stems, what is, only 10 kg of stems are required to cultivate over 20 bighas. Also, its productivity is more, and it is also more nutritious. So one farmer from Saurashtra has actually grown it, and it has shown a way, and we will see is it effective, and if it becomes effective and lucrative, then Gujarat will become the first state to complete this, and it will make a path for other states to grow and cultivate black wheat. So 3 points. Black wheat, where? Saurashtra. Why? Number of stems are more, so it requires less seeds. Last and most important news is the voyage to the Indian Ocean Genome. There has been a voyage has been sent to the Indian Ocean Genome, and what is it and what are its purpose, that we are going to see. Sindhu Sadhana, the name of the voyage is, and it is nothing but a research vessel. What it is going to research? It is going to research how the microbes have adapted to different level of iron, zinc, cadmium, which will be helping to find out these polymetallic nodules. These polymetallic nodules are nothing but the big stones of minerals, mostly magnesium. Okay, and these magnesium are used in multiple purpose in our iron industry, steel industries, metal industry, mica industries. So these are polymetallic nodules. Also, they will study how these microbes have been living, how they are being adapted to change in temperature, change in biodiversity, change in local philosophy, local atmosphere, local conditions, how they are getting adapted. From where it has started? So it has started from Panji and developed by whom? National Institute of Oceanography. So that's was today for today's video. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Have a nice day.